Roadworm. Straight from an Italian guy's basement.
I'm Drew.
I'm Craig.
Welcome to another edition of Roadkill Reviews.
Hey Craig. Remember when we did an introduction to a movie called House? Remember when we lost the footage to that introduction?
Yep.
Would you like to reshoot that footage?
No.
Well, let's go talk about a movie we watched 4 months ago.
A movie.
A movie.
A movie. The Great Production Company. Technically, that is correct.
Do you go? 네, Fanta.
I mean, why not? Yeah, you gotta get that.
Good morning.
What was over the background? What's happening? Okay, this turned into a different movie.
It's 8 already.
Look at the painting! For a split second, I turned into Naked Gun. Yeah. And now we're back to the movie.
いや、大した怪我じゃないんだけどね。一応医者に見せてから行くよ。
Oh, that's...
Oh, wow.
Eric, how did...
スピードを上げて空気
It's like Monty Python.
What was our cat doing on the bus?
Yeah, it was on the train. It was just sitting there. So
I know, but like it was. There's a picture of the cat on the bus.
oh yeah?
Oh yeah, right there on the side.
Same cat.
It's the same cat.
Look at that.
Wow. What a landscape, yeah. Nice painted landscape.
They're like a Scooby-Doo gang or something.
Yeah.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. What the?
Why did they include that?
I don't know.
The chandelier is shooting.
I mean, just go with it. Just go with it.
Okay.
The chandelier just tried to kill us, but that's okay. You like piano?
マック本当にどこ行っちゃったんだろうな。
Get him, Kung Fu. Get him. Get those alive. You showed those lives.
You can't get anything past Kung Fu.
So she just beat up a bunch of wood? Yes.
Kung Fu sure can beat wood.
Really good with wood, you know that?
So she's fought a chandelier and some logs.
ごめんね。
But there was a cut there because like there's a ton of plates on the floor.
Yeah.
おばさまが冷蔵庫入っ
So that cut was to get her so she could run all the way
Yeah.
up.
Ah, you sweet lady. The cat's singing like this.
I can't handle this.
I think that's funny too.
Yeah, they were.
Meow.
on the piano as they go back and forth.
They went there. They did it. That's great. Good for them.
Got this idea.
She's getting killed by mattresses and pillows.
That's how I want to go.
Yeah.
Feel the wind from the pillow.
村にはもう若い娘は一人もいなくなってしまった
I'm gonna be up tomorrow morning and that's just gonna start playing in my head. And then I'm gonna be like, motherfucker.
It'll never stop. It'll never leave.
Yo.
'Way to go, Hunter.
Looks like she was just diving through the air for the of it.
Oh no, she's getting electrocuted.
Oh, somebody's there.
What the?
Her legs were still alive.
Her legs came back from the other dimension to kick the cat.
That's how badass Kung Fu is.
What the bananas?
What the?
How did he do that? He just
Banana everywhere. What the is he talking about?
I just about thought it was gonna end right there.
Oh my god.
What is that thing?
I don't know, but it just ain't prof.
She's disintegrating now into matter.
It doesn't matter.
But the butterflies will be flying over. They'll be here soon. The what's going on? Why don't you move into this house? It's got a sure water leak for you.
The song is telling her, hey, why don't you move into this house?
おはようございます
She just looks at her all the time. Just do it.
Do this all over again.
We're gonna run through this again.
Gotta open all those doors all the way.
たった一つの約束。それは愛。
It wasn't. It was.
That's wonderful.
Wasn't my worst 88.
Look at that graphic.
They did such a great job. All those performers, it's fantastic.
I love that. That's awesome. Like this house eating up all
Couple credits.
Yeah.
The end was the only thing in English.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was House.
4 months ago.
Wow, what a experience that was.
Yeah. It was a while ago, but I think this one's a little better in my memory than Motel Hell.
Yeah.
I think we should start off. Eric, how did you come across this, and what made you decide to want to buy a copy of it on Criterion Blu-ray?
I believe I was just watching a podcast of new Blu-ray releases and DVD releases a few years ago. And it was for this Criterion release of House, because apparently, from my understanding, is this movie has never been released in North America prior to this DVD/Blu-ray release by Criterion, because it is a 1977 Japanese horror fantasy comedy movie.
Seemed kind of newer than 77. That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's
it looked good. The restoration was great.
Well, again, Criterion's probably the best distribution company. It sounded interesting, and then I saw the artwork for it.
The cover is great. It's great.
And it sold me. And I think we all watched it together. It was the first
you
time
didn't
for
watch it beforehand.
Yeah, and I had very little knowledge of the movie, just its basic premise, and that it was kind of a unique.
Yeah, I think we all had I recognized the poster. That was it.
This redo poster,
that's all I recognized. I'd never heard of it before. I didn't know anything about it. I don't think any of us really knew too much about it.
Did you guys?
No, I had no idea.
I mean, I've heard of its existence, but
yeah.
So basically, we all just went in kind of blind.
Yeah,
just kind of
for the most part.
Which I think really helped this experience of enjoying it.
Yeah, I think, and the four of us watching it together, not knowing what we were getting into, made it a pretty good experience. We all kind of had a blast together. I think, if I was watching this by myself or with my wife, especially, it would be...
It'd be a different experience.
Like, what are we watching? Why are we watching this?
It wouldn't be enjoyable.
No. But
right before I came and watched it, I remember you telling me a little bit about it, and I read the premise, and I was expecting a straight-up regular horror film. A Japanese horror film, and I was pleasantly surprised by this.
But apparently this was a big hit in Japan at the time of its release. Yeah, you hear arguments for and against dubbing of another language.
Right.
I see the merits in both of it.
I feel like they dumb down the dialogue when you translate it and dub it.
Yeah.
But and again, I think that kind of helped the experience of watching it, because you felt like you didn't get, like you said, dumbed down version of it, and it helped really enjoy the film.
Yeah, because it almost gives you like a culture shock.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like watching it, you realize this movie was not made for me.
Yeah.
And I'm so far removed from, just the people and their motivations and kind of like, what Japanese cinema was back then compared to like Hollywood.
Right, of course.
Or even European cinema, right?
Yeah. So basic premise is about a young girl with a group of friends, high school girls, right?
Yeah. And I think they're on like a summer break.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Okay. Her name was Beauty, right? Or Gorgeous. Gorgeous was the main girl.
They all had nicknames.
Yeah,
they all had different nicknames,
which were character traits.
Right, that's right.
Yes.
I feel like I remember them being like Sailor Moon or something, or Power Rangers. Like they had the traits to their names.
Yeah.
And the colors, didn't they have colors?
They had like outfits that suited again their characteristics. Yeah. Like it was very.
It was very colorful.
But like you were saying, I think like you can see how anime
kind of got there,
came out and and like that whole schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around like the uniform and like the haircuts, and this was taking that and then kind of giving them each their little unique trait kind of thing. Just
This group of these young girls, they on their break decide to go to this old house, which belongs to the aunt of one of the girls. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's a haunted house, an old haunted house. I wish I could say that's pretty much the basic premise.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's a slasher haunted house movie. A group of high school girls go to a haunted house and bad things happen.
Right,
Is the simplest of terms.
More or less, that is the easiest way of putting it.
But having said that,
yeah, I mean, even before they get to the house, right away they kind of show you what this movie is going to be like.
Yeah.
Visually. The director of this is famous for doing a lot of commercials, a lot of Japanese commercials.
and you called that, I think, once we started watching it. You're like,
it felt like a Japanese commercial.
Yeah, it feels like when you see one of those Japanese commercials that is taken, you take completely out of context because you don't understand Japanese, so you're just saying, what was that?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It has just so much energy.
Yeah,
just so much visual energy.
It's non-stop visual.
It's like it was the director's first movie.
Yeah.
He got a hold of an editing software, and it was like, look at all the transitions and effects. I'm going to use them all.
Yeah.
And he just went nuts. He was excited. He was like a kid in a candy store.
Speaking of anime, I unfortunately don't know very much about anime as the art form, but I wonder when anime started. Like,
I believe it started in the 50s after
in the
World
50s?
War II.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Because my question was going to be, was this in any way influential in anime, or I guess vice versa?
No, I think both probably.
Yeah.
I think anime at the time probably influenced the stylization of this movie, and then some of these,
A lot of those styles still carry over to today too. Like you still see it a lot in their culture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this movie played out like a live action anime.
Yeah.
It really did.
And a really well done.
Yeah.
Especially for 1977.
Yeah. Like I'm sure it wasn't a huge budget for this movie,
No, probably
right?
not.
So, the director's probably using a lot of his commercial techniques to stylize and visualize, like even them riding on a train.
Yeah.
Instead of just having a green screen in the background and superimposing, say, trees going by.
Right. Just
they've got bizarre animation.
Yeah.
And
even just scenes of like a couple of girls talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a fairy tale fantasy feel to it. Yeah. But and then some of the sets had that almost cheap look to it, like her dad's house had the same sunset or sunrise as later on in the movie.
Is he gonna shoot golf balls at her?
It looks like he's going to shoot them inside the house.
Watch us drive.
Right at her knee. They do a lot of stuff out on that patio.
Yeah.
Like give gifts.
And men's shirts.
With
There's always the same sky.
You can't beat that sky. It never changes.
私も後から行ってみます。おしゃれちゃんの田舎へ。
The inside of their house must stink or something. Because they certainly don't like to be in there.
No, they're always in that balcony.
Yeah.
They love that sky.
And it cuts their faces. It's like... Yeah, you can't even see them, like...
Maybe some artistic thing. Well, it's obviously some artistic thing.
Right.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
They always talked on that balcony.
So some of the characters was Gorgeous was the main character.
Right.
Kung Fu was, I think, a lot of our favorite, my favorite.
Right.
She was the
athletic.
Yeah, she was, kind of like the tough girl.
Right.
And then there was like the smart girl who wore glasses.
Yeah.
Prof.
That's right. Yes, Prof.
And then there was the girl who like daydreamed all the time. She got distracted by simple things. I don't know if her name was
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Mac.
Spice
Mac.
Girls.
Mac.
Mac.
Mac was the heavy girl.
The Spice
The
Girls.
glutton.
The Spice Girls, yeah. yeah.
Yeah, she was the gluttonous. Melody was the musically inclined girl. And the last, Sweet.
Oh,
I remember Sweet.
Sweet survived.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Spoilers. Sweet survived.
Yeah. Spoilers right off the bat. If you haven't seen this, but you plan on seeing it,
Yeah.
you know, don't watch this review because we're going to probably spoil the movie.
Yeah.
So,
And then at the same time, there's also like a side story of they're meeting a coach or someone.
Oh yeah, they're really excited for this person too.
It turns into bananas.
Yes.
He literally goes bananas.
He turned into bananas. He turned into bananas.
He went bananas. He totally went bananas.
He's still got his cap on too.
Yeah, so let's talk about like some of the set pieces because those are probably the best things about the movie.
Absolutely.
You've got a scene where people are eating noodles with a bear dressed up in a hat.
Right.
What the? That's how you transition. What? Turned into the Muppets. Yeah.
また旅の空の下でお会いしましょう。
That's it. That's it.
Oh, because aren't they on the way there?
Yeah, but why is there a bear?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they on their way there to pick the girls up for the summer?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, crazy.
Let's stop. Let's stop for some noodles.
Yeah. Hang out with this bear.
Hang out with this bear. He was the sous chef.
Yeah.
There's a guy who sells watermelons at the side of the road.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene where a piano comes to life and eats a girl.
A melody.
See? Piano's gonna eat her.
No duh. Oh! You called it. You totally called it. I mean, at this point, my question. Yeah. So bad. Oh man, they couldn't even get rid of the blue, eh?
That's naughty.
Oh man.
And the technique that they're using is kind of like a blue screen.
Right, wrapping blue around the girl's body parts. and
Yeah,
trying
which-
to digitally erase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we say a piano eats a girl, it happens in a way that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, it's not what you would imagine it being like.
And then there was the head,
The severed head in the well.
severed head from the well.
Oh!
There's Mac.
So,
Better butt.
jeez. So this just turned into Evil Dead 2.
This is all your favorite
No,
horror
I'm not all
films
right.
compacted
Yeah.
in one.
Oh, and then there was when Kung Fu's like kicking the house.
Oh, the house
yeah.
comes
Like
alive
Kung
and attacks her.
phone's no good now.
Okay.
I have a $20 on
Oh,
me.
kick that mummy's ass.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Man.
She really did.
This is definitely Sailor Moon.
The whole house was like coming alive. Doesn't it fill up with blood at one
which
point?
is very like Shining-esque.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, this was filmed before Shining.
Yeah,
but,
it's like a few years before
But
Shining.
yeah, it has like the house filling with
floods up
blood.
with
And,
blood.
like, blood's coming out of the
Yeah,
pictures, I
yeah.
believe. Yeah.
This is horse.
You got a little bit of a water leak. I don't know if you noticed. But you might want to get somebody on that. Yeah.
Like kind of like Evil Dead. Too.
Yeah.
Which I wonder, like this is like I think 10 years before Evil Dead 2.
Yeah,
Years before the first Evil
Yeah,
Dead.
yeah.
So I wonder if this was a little bit of inspiration for the Evil Dead movies. If Sam Raimi,
That kind of that hardcore horror and gore, but with like
a very cartoony,
yeah.
parody, meta.
Yeah. So as much fun as this movie is, like again, maybe things are being lost in translation.
You're right.
But the story kind of suffers from it. It has something to do with her Gorgeous's mom.
Right. Oh.
Died, a guy from the war, but I don't think it was her dad. But maybe it was her uncle.
Oh, there was a wedding. I remember there was something about a wedding.
A flashback, and then there's a white cat, and
the cat was like some kind of weird demon or entity,
or symbolized.
Yeah. And it would always like the lights would glow and all that. The eyes, I mean, would glow.
And does Gorgeous get possessed? Right?
She does.
She looks into the mirror, and then the mirror breaks apart.
That's right. She does. She gets possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the cat was somehow connected with the aunt. The aunt was elderly.
Yes.
But
she needed to possess Gorgeous.
That's right.
I believe.
A young girl.
Yeah.
Trying to analyze the film and explain it scene by scene is very difficult. Because the story is very incoherent.
Yeah, you're not watching this to watch an intriguing story. You're watching this for, I would say, just the eye candy and to see how this movie was presented, because it's the presentation that's
absolutely. And just to watch a good foreign film, get a little bit of Japanese cinema in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the Godzilla films, if that counts.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the main Japanese,
the mainstream.
Yeah, that made it across the pond.
Right.
I'm going to credit this movie with actually expanding my foreign film, like not again because like you said, the Yojimbo and Shinjiro, the Kurosawa films I got into because of this.
Oh.
And also Italian horror movies and giallo films.
So this kind of broadened your horizons.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say is that this, getting into this movie, I never really appreciated foreign films, especially in the horror genre, and this kind of opened me up to some more possibilities. And
so far so good.
Yeah, and I think we're going to try to maybe watch some of those. Maybe.
Yeah, I would like to. The making of the film, I want to know back in 1977. How the director
did a lot of this stuff.
How he did a lot of stuff, and how he even tried to direct everyone and try to convey people, try to get him to help him make this movie. And say,
how do you get a performance out of your actors when you're shooting such an outrageous idea? And
how do you get your effects houses to? Yeah. How do you convey this? Like again, maybe back in that time, in that culture, that was mainstream.
Yeah.
Like maybe that was just the way they made movies.
Yeah, and I don't know if you could say, the acting in this was good or great or whatever.
No,
but it was energetic.
Yeah, it was definitely fun,
and that elevates it, I believe.
Yeah, like now a movie like this would probably be commonplace, or at least making
you
the effects.
The whole thing
the
in front
effects
of the green
you
screen.
do. But for 1977, it's pretty impressive. Final verdict. I'm going to give this a meh. A solid meh. Because this was more than just a film. This was an experience. This was like a roller coaster ride. This was going into a fun house. And, you know, everything's coming out at you. And there's something to see. And it's just so much excitement and laughter. Like, this is just... as soon as this was finished, I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I certainly did not hate this, and I definitely recommend this. Watch this. If you ever come across it, sit down, give it a shot. It's only 88 minutes, and it's going to be some of the best 88 minutes of your life, I think. I mean, this was just great watching it with you guys. Has been a few movies that we've watched, actually, on this show. But yeah, this is just absolute gold. Check this out. Definitely recommend it. It is just a great experience. Solid meh.
So I'm going to second most of your opinions, and therefore it's a sec, not a meh. But yeah.
We got a sick on here.
Yeah. I think when we originally did this, I gave it a right on, but...
You upped it, yep.
Yeah, I think, because, I mean, what more are we expecting from watching a movie like this, right?
What more can you ask for, really?
Yeah, like we wanted to, you know, watch a horror movie that none of us had seen. It was unique. It was fun. I haven't watched it since we originally watched it. I would like to watch it again, even by myself, just to kind of remember what exactly we saw.
Right.
And I would also like to show this to other people and kind of spread the word. So
Still having a hard time on what to rate it. I'm sure in their culture that there's a better understanding, and if I kind of knew how to understand it, then maybe I would give it a pretty good rating. But I think I'll be in the middle, so I'll give it a meh, because I really have no clue what was going on in it, and trying to remember it. I mean, again, I'm having a hard time. So it's a meh for me.
I liked it. I have to give it right on. You know, it's not... I wouldn't give it a sick. It's not perfect.
no.
Made me happier than it did scared, I think.
Yeah. It's not much of a horror movie.
No.
Just it has the elements of a horror movie, I guess.
So what is that?
Well, I think if we take away the lowest one, which I think we're agreeing on, right? And then balancing it out, which I think is what we've been doing, right? So we got a meh, a sick, and a right on. So therefore, in the middle is a right on.
Hausu. Right on.
Right on.
Yeah, done.
So like and subscribe to Roadworm, and watch and stay tuned for more Roadkill reviews. Got a lot more actually coming.
And follow James on Instagram at
James.
For the Empire 2017.
to watch Star Wars toys.
And much more.
And much more. You never know what you're going to get.
Work in progress.
Leave a comment if there's something you'd like for us to watch and review, perhaps, maybe. Definitely check out House. With that said, that was another edition of Roadkill Reviews. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.